The following is a paid program by the Whitley Law Firm. Welcome to Attorneys on Call, the program that gives you free legal information from the Whitley Law Firm. Now, here's your host, Drew Smith.
And thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Attorneys on Call. You know, this half hour, we're going to be providing a lot of free legal information for you. Now, think about this for a minute. If you've been seriously injured in an automobile accident, you might not know where to turn or what to do. Or many of you watching this program may have been hurt on the job. You might have been injured while performing your day-to-day tasks at work. The Whitley Law Firm is providing that kind of service to North Carolinians all across this state of North Carolina. People injured in a car accident or a trucking accident, people that are hurt on the job. That's really what they do. And over the next half hour, we're going to be answering a lot of those questions that you may have about what to do next. And also, as I said, at any time, you can call the 800 number on your screen. You can also go to whitleylawfirm.com and ask your questions there. That is a great first step if you think you may have a claim to file for an injury that you have suffered. In studio with us, Bob Whitley and Ben Whitley from the Whitley Law Firm. Guys, it's always great to be with you today.
It's good to be here, Drew.
Nice to be here.
Bob, you've been practicing law since the 1970s in North Carolina. You've been representing injured people around the state for many years now, and kind of give our viewers a sense as to why you started the firm and really the services that you provide.
Well, Drew, I just kind of learned early in my career that it was the kind of people that we represent today were the kind of people I wanted to be representing. I didn't want to represent insurance companies. I didn't want to represent businesses, really. I just had a passion for that. Early in my career, I did a little bit of everything, and as I was doing everything, I just found that personal injury and wrongful death claims and serious injuries were it was the kind of work I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. It justified just kind of devoting all of my time and concentration to it when I would get in those cases. I always call it attacking the case, which you just don't leave anything unturned.
And Ben, you're a part of the firm as well because it's a smaller family law firm,
right.
And you've been practicing law with Bob for a number of years as well. When you talk a little bit about what you've learned from Bob over the years and how he approaches the way he represents people here.
Well, and one of the main things I've learned is how to treat clients, and you
Okay.
just treat clients like you want to be treated. Treat them like family. You know, we're a family law firm. We're small enough to give that kind of personal attention that people really want when they've hired a professional, but we're also large enough, we have the resources enough to fight the biggest cases we need to against powerful insurance companies and powerful corporations. So I've learned that, and I've also learned about how to, really do a lot of research and work really hard on your cases, because that's what the clients have demanded of you. There's so many attorney TV commercials on.
Sure.
If you watch TV at night or
Right.
even during the day, there's just one after another, and bombarding of what we like to call in this show the retail law firms, these big law firms that are, just trying to get as many cases as they can. I'm not so sure that they're given the same type of client attention that we are. I mean, we certainly get calls from people that are represented by
Right.
other attorneys. And of course, the number one complaint is people don't return phone calls. So
Really?
that's another thing I've learned from them is you make sure you return phone calls that same day, and that'll really surprise people. I even will get that when I call people back, oh, wow, Mr. Whitley, I didn't realize you were call me back today. They figured they'd leave that message and they would take a couple of days because that's what they usually expect. So those are some of the things that we've learned in working together, and there's a lot more to learn.
Bob, during your career, you've had so many interesting cases. Just from talking to you over the years, I've learned a lot about that. But you have documented all that in a book, Attorney on Call. And tell us a little bit about your book and why you decided to write the book.
Well, Drew, I've always wanted to memorialize some of the stories from cases and people and families that I've represented over the years. I've been very fortunate. When you get involved in a case, a serious case that may go on a year or so, may or may not go to trial, you really become part of that person's family, and you realize how important the case is. And when Ben was talking about, client service and returning phone calls, if you think about it, people that come to us have had something very bad happen to them or a member of their family. Something unexpected. And it is a time in their life that they need the very best service not the worst, or not even mediocre. And that's something we kind of pride ourselves on. And the book gave me an opportunity to memorialize some of the cases, and I kind of intertwined within the stories about the cases a lot of helpful information. In fact, I've read the book a couple of times myself, even though I wrote the book, and I think it would be a lot of help to someone who had recently been in an accident.
Oh, yeah,
or if
absolutely.
you know someone that's been in an accident, because
Right.
I do try to, unlike a lot of textbooks on what you need to know, I try to stay away from that and give practical information. Like being careful when you talk to your doctor to include everything.
Sure.
But don't act like you're exaggerating or a complainer. So it's kind of a balancing act, and I kind of share some of my innermost thoughts that are based on more than 40 years of experience.
If people that are watching right now would be well served by getting this book, Bob, how do they get the book?
They just can call our office, they can go to our website, there are a lot of ways, and it's absolutely free. And I've been pleasantly, I won't say surprised, it's been very pleasant, the huge number of requests that we've had from the books, from past clients,
Okay.
from friends, from people in Kinston, people in Raleigh, all across the state. Probably one of the, I guess, most moving requests, it was from a lady who was requesting a copy of the book for her grandson,
Okay.
who was a second-year law student. And I do think that there's a message in that book for law students or lawyers, in that the central theme is, when someone chooses you as a lawyer, they've made an important choice. And one of your goals, besides the outcome of the claim, is to make sure they never regret that they hired you. And the way you do that is you just work, you just work as hard as you can. And I think I mentioned in the book, and you suffer with your client when things don't go well, because unfortunately, sometimes you don't get as much recovery as probably what you're entitled to.
Okay.
But you want that client to know you did everything you possibly could to maximize their recovery. And
That's great.
and I think another message that might be in there for law students, and hopefully they're not surprised, is kind of a theme of honesty. As a client, have your clients tell the absolute truth. Don't volunteer things that might be harmful, but don't ever lie. And I don't think the lawyer should either.
Sure.
Most of the time, truth will carry the day. So I was pleased to know that someone thought enough of my book that they
great.
wanted to give it to their law student grandchild.
Coming up in the next segments, Ben, we're going to be talking about secrets that people need to know, that things that the insurance adjuster is not going to tell you, right?
That's right. 10 secrets the insurance company doesn't want you to know about your car accident claim.
All right. We'll be back with that and much more. You're watching Attorneys on Call.